Hey, have you arrived yet?
Vera, where are you? Do you even remember what day it is? I said not to be late.
Oh, don't worry, I haven't forgotten. We're discussing about my son's wedding. Do you suppose I was just born?
Okay, alright. So long as you don't forget. Everyone is already at the church. Where have you gone? You aren't going to be late, are you? Vera, come on, you promised.
I'm on my way there now, so sit back and relax. What a wuss. Anyway, talk to you later.
Now hurry up. Everyone has been looking for you. I don't know where you've been. Vera, how are you? The ceremony will begin in a few minutes. Why haven't you arrived yet?
In fact, I arrived an hour ago. But I left immediately away.
What? Are you sure? I can't find you anywhere. What exactly is going on? The ceremony has already begun. Why are you arriving so late? Is something going on?
Something did, after all, happen. And I believe you should congratulate me. By the way, I got the wedding gifts from the lobby. I'm going to sell them for a profit.
Huh? What exactly do you mean?
Don't be a dummy. That's exactly what I meant. All these years I've been going around taking care of everyone. I believe you can accept this one thing as recompense, correct? No, you owe it to me.
What is the source of all of this? I'm not sure what you're referring to. What does this have to do with robbing Roy and Amy of their wedding gifts? Why? And, anyway, what am I supposed to be congratulating you on?
Of course, on my newfound joy. Yes, I did take the wedding gifts. As I have stated, you owe me compensation.
I'm not sure what you're referring to. Compensation? You arrived to steal the wedding gift but didn't show up to the ceremony? Is that what you mean? Why would you do such a thing?
I finally met someone amazing, Eric. Someone who understands me. So I'll be with him from now on, okay? Aren't you glad for me? I've had to put up with people like you for years. But now I'll be free. So, fine, I'll take the wedding gifts as payment for everything.
What precisely do you mean? What did Roy ever do to you?
He robbed me of my life. Technically, you are to blame, but those are the faults of the father, you know?
Wait a second, I'm not sure what's going on right now. Explain thoroughly.
I've left the divorce papers on the living room table. Just so you know, I'm not returning. You must now live on your own.
What are you talking about? You elope with a guy on the day of your son's wedding? Even for you, that is insane.
Now that you mention it, I suppose it might be called eloping. I'll be happy now.
And what do you mean when you say I stole your life? What exactly did I do to you? I've always tried my best to look after you too. You have a lot of guts to say it after everything that's transpired. You should be the one who pays me.
So, what exactly do you mean by that? Sometimes you say the most bizarre things. Anyway, I've got to go. Things to do and see.
Bye.
For now. Say hello to Roy for me. And thank him for the wedding gifts. Congratulations, and good luck.
Are you insane? Woman, what are you thinking? Your son's wedding is today. Is Vera still there?
Are you available right now, Dad? Can you please phone me for a moment?
I'm currently swamped with work. Is everything all right?
I want to chat to you about something, and I need some business advice.
Huh? Do you want to discuss about business tips with me? That surprised me. What's up? What can I do to assist you?
It's a little difficult for me to convey. I'm not sure where to begin. You understand I just started a new business last month? I was thinking I might need your assistance to keep everything on track, you know?
Really? What should I do? If there is anything I can do to help, please let me know. What precisely do you require of me?
Would you be willing to leave your current position and come to work for me?
What? You want me to resign from my job? Isn't that a touch abrupt? I've been here for more than a decade.
Yes, I'm sorry. I understand how unexpected it is. But just now, I desperately need your help. But I won't make you do it if you don't want to. I'll most likely have to relocate to another country shortly. Would you mind accompanying me?
Wait, you're going abroad? When did this happen? Rewind and start from the beginning.
Things have gotten a lot easier around here since Mum up and vanished. Do you agree? And Amy adores you in the same way that she adores her own father. If you're interested, she'd gladly invite you to join us. We would much appreciate your assistance. Would you please consider it?
I mean, I'm flattered, but not sure why. You appear to be doing well, so I'm not sure what I can do to help.
So, you probably don't want to be in that house any longer, do you? Especially now that you're living by yourself. You mentioned the other week, over a drink, that the place is haunted by all that awful energy. Is that correct?
Did I? I don't recall saying anything like that. I apologize if I frightened you. Anyway, I'm not sure where this is all coming from. I'll call you later to discuss it further.
Do you mind if I stop by your house on my way home from work and say hello? I believe it is preferable that we discuss this in person.
No issue. Please notify me when you are through for the day.
Hello there, Eric. How are you these days? Is life treating you well?
Who is this?
Oh, please. Roy stated the same thing. You two are eerily similar.
Vera, it's you. What do you want?
What a cold reception. You truly resemble our son. I understand where he gets it. Did you forget about me?
No, I didn't forget. I, like Roy, wish I could. So, what could the world's worst mom, who stole her own son's wedding gifts and eloped with some random guy, potentially one with me, possibly be thinking?
You don't have to say it that way, Eric.
I'm simply expressing the facts. Please hurry up and tell me what you want before I lose my cool. You see, I'm quite busy.
I can tell you're in a foul mood. You could be more friendly. After all, I was contemplating a compromise with you. So let's get along, okay?
Please excuse me. What kind of concession? What do you think I could possibly want from you?
You haven't figured it out yet? I'll be blunt. I'm open to remarrying you. Aren't you pleased? You begged me not to divorce you in the first place, after all.
That's something I don't recall ever saying.
Why don't we all live together as husband and wife again? I asked Roy if he wanted to come back and live with us, but you know what happens when they get older. He seemed to prefer living with his wife over with his mother. But I'm confident he'll reconsider. Anyway, may I stay with you? You're going to help me out financially, right?
I'm not sure what you're talking about, but I doubt it has anything to do with Roy's business's success. Did you hear about it in the news?
That's right. I'm really proud of him for accomplishing his goals. I knew he was capable. So I've decided to bring us all back together, like a big happy family. Roy is also welcome to bring his wife. Will you persuade him to help me?
Huh? Don't only make your own decision. Have you ever considered whether or not any of us would desire that?
I expected you to say something like that. But I'm already in front of the house with all of my possessions. The lights have turned off, but are you not going to be home tonight? I see you working as hard as ever. I also can't get in because the front door is locked. Would you be so kind as to come and open the door right away?
What? Don't tell me you're still in the old house.
What do you mean, old house? This home is our love's nest. Here, we have so many memories.
I see you haven't changed much since our previous conversation. As usual, you do anything you want and solely consider your personal wants.
Eric, you are so obstinate. And here I am, ready to make all of these concessions for you. Look, I sincerely apologize for disappearing on Roy's wedding day. It was not the correct thing to do. But it was 5 years ago, and you should let it go. And, anyhow, I've altered my ways since then. So, let us all get back together as a family, okay? I'm sure you want it just as much as I do.
We've all moved to Paris. Because we sold the house, none of us live there any longer.
What's that? Paris? What exactly do you mean when you say Paris?
It serves as France's capital.
I'm aware that I wasn't born yesterday. But why are you living there? It is located on the other side of the globe. Eric, please explain.
As I previously stated, we are all currently residing in Paris. Roy, Lucia, and I are the three of us. You are no longer a member of this family. So it's really none of your concern.
No, wait a second. What made you decide to go to Paris? What caused this? You never mentioned it to me. How come you moved overseas without telling anything?
What would I say to you? We're divorced, and you're no longer a member of this family, as I previously stated. What we want to do with our life right now is unrelated to you.
But we're a family. Don't you care?
We were a family once, but it's been a long time. No one thinks of you that way anymore. Remember, you're the one who abandoned us. So there's no reason for us to contact you. We no longer recognize you. I'm not sure why you bothered contacting me at all.
So, hold on, you're not even in America anymore? But I brought everything I needed. So, what should I do now? How am I going to go to Paris? I intended to stay here indefinitely. What am I going to do now?
Were you there? Are you sure? Vera, please. Just 5 years ago, you stated that you would never return to that house. So, why did you bother? Even if someone was home, they would not have let you in, no matter how much you begged. See, you're no longer welcome.
Unbelievable. This is really incredible. Do you have any clue how much this has irritated me? I'm in a lot of trouble. So, what should I do now? I can't afford to stay at a hotel and have nowhere else to go. I'm standing in the middle of the road, surrounded by all of my belongings.
Vera, I'm not sure. Sort it out for yourself, would you? You vanished 5 years ago to do anything you want. Why don't you try your little vanishing trick again?
Eric, I did not just do anything I wanted. How dare you? Don't act as if you know what's going on. I've been through a lot in the last 5 years.
Vera, keep it. I don't want to hear about your troubles since you caused them, and you know it. 5 years ago, you got up and left with Roy and Amy's wedding gifts. You didn't even bother staying to see the ceremony. Do you honestly believe you'd be so readily accepted back into his life as his mother? You know I didn't raise him to be a slacker. To be honest, I don't want anything to do with my scumbag ex-wife.
For your information, I've had it worse than any of you. I mean, I wasn't planning on leaving you both in that manner, but I had so much going on. All I did was get a bit carried away. I was so excited to begin my new life, and we desperately needed the money. You could argue that I acted irrationally, but no one is.
It's not like I couldn't predict that the type of guy who would force a lady to steal money from him so he could elope with her would be a bad guy in the end. Anyone could see it. Except you. But what if you were the ideal fit for him all along?
You have no right to say such a thing to me. We were going to start a new life together, but he stole the money and left me in debt. It's been a nightmare.
You used to take money out of my bank account to send to him while we were married, didn't you?
You knew about it? No way. How did you figure it out?
How could I have been so blind? You assumed I hadn't discovered anything? Vera, I'm not as foolish as you believe. I had planned to consider having a proper divorce with you once they married, but I never imagined you would pull such a scam.
But I didn't have much of a choice. You have to understand, Eric. I didn't hold anything against you. I simply needed the money to begin my new life. What was I to do?
It wasn't just once. You're still attempting to utilize Roy for your personal financial benefit 5 years later, aren't you?
Use him? How dare you? I could do it. He's my son.
What else could you say? You tried to contact us as soon as you learned about his successful business so you could obtain access to his money. You were already the lowest of the low when it came to being a wife once you began cheating on me, but then you betrayed Roy. Congratulations on becoming the world's worst mother.
How could you possibly be so cruel to me? Consider my circumstance. I have nowhere to go right now. Will you help me out a little? You must take action. We used to be so in love, didn't we?
It's been so long that I can't even recall. And, by the way, how can you beg Roy of all people to let you live with him again after everything you've done to him? Have you no shame? To be clear, he was repulsed by it. He claimed you were no longer his mother.
What? That's what he said. That boy was reared by me. How could he possibly think that of me? Why is he being so ungrateful?
You weren't even there for the majority of the time, and you left the place filthy. In the last 10 years, you haven't done anything maternal for him. Not to mention the fact that you stole his wedding gifts. I had to apologize to Amy's parents on your behalf. Everyone was shocked that you could generate such a commotion.
Huh? What precisely do you mean? Why should you apologize?
Do you truly have no common sense? We've been free of you for years. Could you please ensure that it stays that way?
So, everyone's in Paris now, right? What is the best way for me to get there? Will you reserve a flight for me?
How many times do I have to say it? You are no longer considered a member of the family. Why should we pay for your ticket? If we can avoid it, none of us want to see you again.
How could you? You three swanning about Paris without saying anything to me? I, too, desire to live in luxury.
That is the real reason. You're in financial problems, as I expected, so you opted to have us help you. Sorry, but we're not interested. We've both had enough of you.
Send me money for the time being. I'll repay you at some point. Are you too wealthy? It was mentioned in the news. I'm his mother, thus I'm entitled to the money as well.
No, you are not his mother.
Please excuse me?
Remember, you are the one who abandoned us. We're okay without you. Please don't contact us again. Anyway, I'll be blocking your account. Goodbye, my scumbag ex-wife.
Eric then barred his ex-wife from contacting him again. She desperately tried to message him, crying and pleading, but he never saw any of it. She gave up on Eric and sought to contact her son Roy, but all he responded was, "You are no longer my mother." With those words, he also blocked her. She was at a loss for what to do because she had no one to turn to or anywhere to go. Vera, who had always lived selfishly and done whatever she pleased, would now be forced to rely on herself to exist.
I can't believe that it's been 5 years already. I was so surprised when I heard about how successful you had become. I can't believe that you worked so hard for me all this time. I had completely forgotten about you. Sorry for that. I heard that you earned over $20 million a year. You really should have let me know about this much earlier. I never would have broken up with you if I had known that you earned this much. I also never would have dated with other men if I knew you had this much money. I can't believe that you kept all this a secret from me. Hey, Charlie. Why aren't you replying to me? I know that you're still in love with me. Reply to me and let's get back together. You still haven't replied to me at all. Sorry about yesterday. I had some plans, and that's why I stopped texting you. I would have texted you all day if I didn't have to go out. I don't understand why you still haven't replied to me. I know that you've been chasing me the entire time we've been apart. You must have fallen asleep thinking about me every night. I just don't get why you're not replying. You better reply as soon as you see this, or I'm going to leave you again. How was your day today, Charlie? My day was pretty good actually. I went out to go shopping with some of my friends. But everything that I wanted was too expensive though. I want to go shopping there with you next time. You can buy me everything that I want, right? Also, you still haven't replied to me? I'm starting to get a little impatient now. I really don't get why you still haven't replied. Oh, wait. I think I get it now. You're too embarrassed to text me, right? You must be thinking very hard about what to say to me after all these years. There's really no need for you to be so shy. We need to spend all day thinking about a clever pickup line. Text me back. Hurry up. We have so much to catch up on. It's been 5 years since we last met. I can't wait to meet up with you again.
Charlie! What's wrong with you? Isn't it about time you replied to me? I've been texting you nonstop for several days. I know that you've read all the texts. You better reply to me soon. I'm getting tired of waiting for you to reply to me. Oh, wait. I finally figured out the reason why you haven't been replying to any of my texts. You must be preparing a huge house for us to live in, right? I guess that you wanted to prepare a huge surprise for me. I love you so much for doing this. I'm really excited to see the house. I bet it's going to be so luxurious. I can't believe how successful you've become. You are just a part-time worker when I first met you. But now I'm so proud of you. I know that you want to surprise me, but would you be able to send me at least one reply? Also, could you tell me when I should be moving into our house? I need some time to pack all of my belongings. Could you reply to the question that I asked you yesterday? I need to know when I can start moving into our new house. My contract for my current apartment ends tomorrow. I'm not able to renew the contract because of some reasons. I'm going to need a place to live from the day after tomorrow. I would be really grateful if I can start moving into our new place from tomorrow. I'm going to come and see you tomorrow.
I can't believe that you still haven't replied to me. It's been an entire week since I started texting you again. I'm starting to lose my patience now. Guys that take forever to reply to text messages are so unattractive. I'm going to leave you again if you're not careful.
Leave me again? What's wrong with you? We never got back together in the first place. Stop sending so many messages. The notifications are getting really annoying.
Oh, God. You finally replied to me. Why you keep this for so long? I miss you so much, Charlie. I'm glad that I kept on trying to get in contact with you.
What do you want from me after all this time? I thought that you blocked me when we broke up. You told me that we're never going to talk again.
Did I?
Sure. Don't you remember? You told me that a poor part-time worker like me didn't match up to you. That was the reason you broke up with me, and the reason why you replaced me with some other rich guy.
That's a long time ago, Charlie. I can't believe you're still angry about it. You should be grateful that I unblocked you. Aren't you happy that you get to talk to me again?
You seriously think that I'm happy to talk to you again?
Of course you are.
You must be out of your mind.
Why didn't you contact me for 5 years? It would have been nice to talk to you once in a while.
How was I meant to contact you? You blocked my number and deleted me from all of your social media. I wouldn't have been able to contact you even if I wanted to.
You could have written a letter to me, you know my address, right? You could have also just come to visit me in person. Or changing your phone number would also have been another way to get in contact with me. I'm sure there were other ways too. You really should try to use your brain more if you really want to get back together with me. You need to start thinking more smartly. I don't want to get married to someone dumb.
I'm just going to cut straight to the point. I took a look at all the text messages that you sent me this week. Why did you suddenly decide to contact me?
What? Are you serious? You serious? You still don't understand what I'm trying to say to you. I thought that I made my feelings towards you very clear. Did you always used to be this stubborn? I guess I have to explain it to you. I know that you worked so hard to win me back for the past 5 years. You've managed to become successful. And you earn over $20 million a year. Now you did this all to get back together with me, right? I would be happy to get back together with you and start living together. That's what I was trying to tell you. I'm surprised you didn't get it. I sent you so many messages.
You managed to summarize it all in 3 messages. Was there really a need for you to send me so many annoying messages?
What? Did you really just say my messages were annoying? I can't believe you would say that to me. The only reason I sent so many messages was because you didn't reply to me. I wouldn't have needed to send so many if you had replied to me. Any girl would have given up after 2 or 3 days. So you should be grateful that I didn't give up.
You expect me to thank you for sending me all that spam?
Of course.
I didn't reply to you because I wanted you to give up. I didn't want to talk to you. Did you really not think that would be a possibility?
Are you seriously asking me that? I knew that definitely wouldn't be the case. You're still in love with me. I know that you're desperate to talk to me.
Why do you think that I feel that way?
You went from being a part-time worker to the owner of a company in just 5 years. It must have been so much hard work. I know the only reason you managed to try so hard was to win me back.
To win you back? No way! Do you really think that I worked hard for these 5 years to win you back? Why do you think that I would do such a thing?
It's kind of obvious, isn't it? It's because you like me. Why don't you just admit it already? There's no point being embarrassed about it. I really don't mind it. I actually think it's kind of sweet that you thought of me this entire time.
You really don't understand how I feel about you. You never even paid that much attention to me even when we were dating. I already planned on becoming the owner of a company while we were still dating. You didn't know about it because you barely paid any attention to me.
I had no idea about that.
Also, you keep on saying that my yearly salary is $20 million, but that's wrong. That's how much my company earns in a year. It's not my personal salary. The company I work for currently is run by my father. And I plan on inheriting the company from him in the near future. The reason I was working so many part-time jobs when I was dating you was to experience various types of job. I needed to experience a variety of job fields so that I would be able to run a company in the future.
Are you serious? That's why you were doing all those pathetic part-time jobs? Why didn't you tell me about this earlier? I never would have broken up with you if I knew about all of this.
I'm actually glad I didn't tell you about any of this before.
Why's that?
I can't believe that you kept so many secrets from me. My parents always used to tell me to be careful of telling my girlfriends about my job.
What? What is the point of keeping your job title a secret?
It's important so that I can avoid getting married to a gold digger like you. Girls like you only care about the money. I know that you don't actually love me at all.
It's not like that. Don't make accusations like that to me.
It's too late trying to hide your true self. Now I'm really glad my parents gave me this advice.
You can say whatever you want about me. I don't even care about this. I can forgive you anyways.
I know that you still want to get back together with me.
Wow, you're so obedient, right? Don't make me laugh, Lily.
I don't really have a choice anymore, Charlie. I just arrived at your huge house.
What? What are you talking about? Are you insane?
Would you please just come outside and let me in? I'm tired from a long taxi ride. It took over 2 hours to get here. I want to come inside so that I can finally relax. I want to take a nice long bath in the jacuzzi while eating a platter of fruits. After that, I want to snuggle up in the king-sized bed by your side. I can't wait.
Hey, what does the name on the door plate of the house say? Is the name on the plate Price by any chance?
Hold on. Let me check, honey. Yeah, it does say Price. Are you telling me that this isn't your house? I saw you come out of this house the other day, though. I thought that this was the house that you were preparing for me as a surprise gift.
I have no idea why you would come to that conclusion. Mr. Price is one of my dad's close friends. He's also one of his most important business partners. He's a really kind person. He also let me live in his house for a month while I was back in the country.
Wait! What did you just say? What do you mean by while you were back in the country? Are you telling me that you're living abroad?
Yeah, Lily. I got married and moved to Canada.
What? What did you just say? You're not serious, right? You can't be married already. Also, did you just say that you're living in Canada?
Yeah.
No, you must be lying.
Why would I have to tell you a lie? Everything that I just said is all true. Our company decided to branch out into other countries. As well, I left my dad and sister in charge of the branch offices in this country. Me and my wife decided to move to Canada and work at Toronto.
I can't believe that you would get married to some other woman. How could you move abroad without me? I can't believe that you abandoned me like this. I am the one that love you the most. No one on earth can do that.
What in the world are you talking about? I started dating my wife 6 months after you broke up with me. I did absolutely nothing wrong.
Stop it, Charlie. Stop making a pathetic excuses. I know that you're still in love with me.
I'm not in love with you at all. In fact, I really hate you.
What did you just say to me? How dare you?
I said I hate you. I'd be happy to keep repeating those words until you leave me alone. Why did you think that I would want to get back to you? You cheated on me and then chose to break up with me. There's no way that I would still be in love with a woman that treated me so badly. I absolutely hate you from the bottom of my heart.
You don't seriously hate me. I get it. You're just saying this to me to hide your embarrassment. It's okay. You can tell me how you really feel now.
I can't believe that you still haven't given up.
There's no reason for me to give up anything. We're destined to be together.
My wife just called Mr. Price just to check if you caused them any trouble. I heard that an entire truck of your belongings just arrived there. Did you seriously plan on moving into that house? Are you insane?
I told you, Charlie. The contract for my apartment ends today. Were you not listening? I told you that. That's why I decided to travel all the way here today.
Oh, I don't care about it. I'm busy now. I've got to get going soon. My flight is taking off in a bit.
What are you talking about?
I already warned Mr. Price in advance that you might suddenly turn up at his house. I told him that you would be jobless and homeless. He told me that he could introduce you to a part-time job at one of his friend's factory nearby.
What? Why would I want to work at a factory?
You're in a large amount of debt, aren't you? You really need to start working so that you can start paying it back.
How do you know about that? That's my problem, and it's none of your business.
I know that so easily. My friend works at the bank you're using, and he searched that you owned up to $100,000. And I think that's why you're in a rush when texting me. You want to trick me and force me to pay your debt, right? I am not that silly.
What? You really know everything.
Sure. And one more thing. My friend that told me is Mr. Price's son.
What?
And the bank you own belongs to Mr. Price's family. So now, I don't want to talk to you ever again.
Wait. Charlie, you can't just leave me.
Why I can't?
We haven't figured anything out yet. I thought we were going to live together from today.
I'm hanging up. Bye.
I heard about what happened afterwards from Mr. Price. The moving truck with all of Lisa's belongings was rerouted to the factory that Mr. Price's friend owned. All her belongings were placed in a company dormitory. It was decided that she would live and work at the company until she repaid all the money. The company was located very far in the countryside, and there was basically nothing nearby. I don't feel sorry for her at all. After everything she had done to me in the past, it felt like a huge weight had been lifted off my shoulders. I'm really glad that I broke up with Lisa and got married to my current wife. That's my best choice ever.
Callista, what time do you plan to arrive home today? Get here quickly so you can cook dinner for us all. We're hungry and waiting.
Mom, what are you on about? I'm still at work. There's no way I'm leaving now to serve you all dinner. After all, it's just midday, and supper won't be served until much later.
Do you realize what a terrible daughter you are? Simply a good-for-nothing jerk. I mean, you're 26 years old and still don't take responsibility. You should strive to be more like your younger brother, Edric.
Mom, Edric is still at university and has never had to work. What was he going to teach me?
That's correct. He is in college, as opposed to you, who merely attended a trade school. You should devote more time to your family.
Every month, I literally give you a portion of my money.
You know what I mean, mister? Rent. Stop acting so mighty when all you ever offer us is the basic least. You are aware that we are just allowing you to reside here. This isn't your personal hotel where you can stay anytime you want.
It's not like I particularly enjoy living at home. However, the location is advantageous because it is closer to work. Besides, it was Dad who requested me to move in and contribute a little of my salary. You two truly left me with no option but to move in. To be honest, the majority of my profits are directed at you. At this pace, I'll never be able to afford to move out and live on my own.
Callista, I'm sick and tired of your excuses. You must learn to accept responsibility for yourself. You are the older brother, and you should behave like it. You don't have money since you have no education and are lousy at saving. And, despite the fact that your father and I have allowed you to stay here, you never bother assisting with the chores. Why are you still alive?
Mom! How can you say such a thing to your own child?
My kid? Haha. Please, I just require one son, whose name is Edric. Oh, you're simply a failure and a blunder. I no longer want you in my life.
Please. Mom. You should not say such things. Do you give a damn about how it makes me feel?
You want me to think that a brain as little as yours has feelings? Callista, how did you end up being so dumb in the first place? You're not excellent at anything, and all you do at home is take up room.
That is not correct. I offer you a large portion of what I earn. Even I recognize that I am not as intelligent as Edric. But it doesn't mean I can't learn new things. Edric is already 20, but all he does is study. I don't believe he has even one buddy. Mom, I'm concerned about him as well.
What? He is a genius, little brother, and he doesn't need you to worry about him. He will be quite fine on his own. Besides, his intelligence is worlds beyond everyone else's, so it's no surprise he hasn't found someone to converse to. He functions on a separate level. I don't think he even needs pals. He is destined for far greater things than any of us can conceive.
I see. And you don't think that's a chilly way to treat your own child?
What does that even mean? Are you attempting to offend Edric right now? What information do you have about him? Nothing, you idiot. You truly irritated me. I want you to leave.
Out? Do you really like to leave? But what if you two have financial problems and I'm not there to help?
Who needs you in the first place? I'll chat to your father and try to persuade him. But, do you understand, I never want you to come back inside the house? I'll gather your belongings and place them on the lawn so you're able to collect.
What? You're not serious.
I am. And by everything, I mean everything. So simply come back to get your belongings and then depart. I don't even want to look at you. If you remain here much longer, you'll probably end up rubbing off on Edric.
Mom, do you even understand what you're saying? How can you be so mean to your own child? Okay, if you want me to go, that's okay, but I can't leave today. That is far too soon.
Enough. I'm not interested in hearing it any longer.
This is unbelievable.
You'd best hurry since you're about to go. We're all in agreement that we don't want you here any longer. So collect your belongings and leave. Nobody wants you here. There is nothing left for you.
You truly are the worst MOM. But great, if that's how you want it, you'll never hear from me again.
Well, and it's not just me. You are also not to contact anyone from this family.
Okay, fine. Then tell them all not to approach me again.
And from now on, you are no longer my daughter. We are nothing to one another, understand? Callista, please give us money immediately now.
Please excuse me. Is that you, Mom?
What are you on about? All those years ago, I informed you that you were no longer my child. And if you believe that after 7 years of not bothering to check on us would alter that, you're dead wrong.
Wow. Are you serious? That's exactly what you're saying to me. You, I believe, were the first to declare that you would never speak to me again. Then you threw all my belongings on the grass and kicked me out.
Whatever you recall, I know the facts.
You don't, it appears, but whatever. And what exactly do you imply by your previous message?
I mean, I need you to transfer money to us. That shouldn't be that difficult to find out. Then again, you've always been an idiot. I doubt you're earning that much right now. But please send us something. After all, it was you who abandoned this family.
LOL, wait a minute. Are we related or not? You must maintain the integrity of your tale. You continue to claim I betrayed you, but you're actually the ones who kicked me out, to begin with. And now you've had the audacity to message me begging for money.
But this is a major matter. We are in a terrible situation.
And what exactly do you imply by that?
I just referred to that there's a lot going on over here and we need your assistance.
First, tell me what's going on. I'd want to know.
Why should be required an explanation for anything to such a moron as you?
Why did you bother contacting an idiot such me in the very first place? Especially when it comes to begging for money.
Stop playing your semantic word games, please. If you need to know, Edric is deeply in debt, and we have recently all gone into debt in order to assist him. So now we need you to assist us all by sending money.
What? Do you mean you're all in debt?
Enough with the questions. Just cough up the cash to assist your younger sibling. Stop being so ineffective and send $5,000 right now.
Yeah, I guess I'll pass.
What exactly do you mean?
I mean, you kicked me out of this family 7 years ago, and we promised never to speak to each other again. And yet you've come to talk to me. I attempted to speak with various attorneys, who indicated that there is no true legal means to entirely keep you away from me. He said that the best way to do is to disregard whatever you could email me. So, I suppose I'll just block you for the time being.
What are you on about? Are you serious about abandoning your family for the second time?
No, what exactly are you on about? You were the person who claimed I was not anymore your kid or a member of your family. And it was all because I was scared for my younger brother. But you two never listened to me and treated me like garbage. So, how is Edric doing? Is he a reclusive loner like I feared he'd become all those many years ago?
If that's what you're asking, he doesn't have a job. But he's getting ready for one.
What exactly does getting ready for a job imply?
I just mean that he is still preparing for his major future. He's just not ready yet. He's like a battery that's about to be fully charged.
What the heck is that?
What exactly do you mean?
You have spoiled Edric for far too long, and he can no longer function as an adult. You've made him absolutely helpless. He is, after all, 24 years old, right? But I'm sure he still has no friends and spends his days at home.
Well, he's been working all day on whatever on his laptop. But I know it's going to pay off soon, and then we'll all be rich. So we only need to pay off these loans and we'll be set.
And what gives you the impression that repaying off your debts would cure all of your problems? Edric may be brilliant at studying, but is it what you consider to be smart?
And what caused you to say such a thing? You do not even have a decent job or anything.
Actually, I'm using my trade school knowledge to, wait for it, work in my trade. And now I am in charge of a foreign branch office.
What exactly are you doing?
After you pushed me out of the residence, I went out and tried to get another employment, and I had to apply every ability I'd learned during school to actually make it work. More obviously, I was never brilliant at regular schoolwork, but my trade school provided me with a wealth of practical knowledge. In reality, since our last conversation, I've married, had children, and am now enjoying a very calm life abroad.
Are you kidding me? You've gotten married. Do you have children? My grandchildren.
I don't believe you can call them your grandchildren. After all, we're no longer related.
So, when do you suppose you'll be back?
Home? And where exactly do you mean by that?
Of course, to our house. When will you return to present your father and me to our grandchildren?
That will never, ever happen. I've told everything to my husband, and she's quite happy to tell people that I don't have any family. After all, isn't it true in some ways?
Callista, what are you on about? We are your extended family. How do you put it? And do you truly work abroad? That is really fantastic. I've heard that abroad positions are typically well compensated, don't they?
They do. Thank you for inquiring. But it should not worry you because you will never see any of that money.
Oh, my sweetheart, come on. Don't be that way. We must band together as a family to fight this difficulty. That's what families do. Do you not wish to assist your brother? Remember how concerned you were about him? And he always compliments you on your appearance.
That's fantastic, but I don't believe any of it. And, as I already stated, I don't consider us to be family. So why don't you all continue to suffer as a family?
Please. Can't you simply send us a small sum of money? And perhaps you might bring your children so we finally get to see our grandchildren?
No way. For as long as I can, I will not let my children meet you. I'll make absolutely sure this is the last time we ever speak.
How can you be that mean? How can you mention things like that to me? It's me, your mom.
You are not, in my opinion. You've only ever compared me to Edric, and you've done it repeatedly. You've never acknowledged me for who I am. So, now that I'm free, I never want to see any of you again.
Okay, I get what you mean. I apologize. I was foolish to have treated you in that manner for so long. please accept my apologies. So please, Callista, just come back home to us. Perhaps we can all live together again? It will be enjoyable if you bring your husband and children. It's just as it used to be.
It was never pleasant for me, and there's no way I'm exposing my true family to individuals like you. And I have no intention of entangling myself or my family in the debt that you three have accrued over the years.
Why must you be so harsh right now? Didn't I apologize? Isn't that sufficient? Please, can't you find it in your heart to reconsider? There was never a time when we didn't adore you as if you were our own kid. Let's just be a family again and let things return to how they were when we were happy.
What you're attempting to achieve right now is very apparent. Money was literally the first thing you asked me for, and it is still all you want from me. Especially now that you know how much better my life has become since I left you all behind.
No, that is not the case. You've got everything wrong. Simply return home. Your mother is pleading with you.
What kind of mother? This is plenty for me. I stated unequivocally that I would not be attending. If you continue to message me after this, I will sue you for harassment.
Sue me? Sue your mother? Don't you think that's going too far? Is it so bad that all I want to do after all these years is see my child?
You don't want to see me, all you want is my money. And this pitiful attempt to obtain it is pathetic. You want me to assist you in digging your way out of the hole you have built for yourself by babying Edric. Did you seriously expect me to fall for this? I've already informed you that I don't want anything to do with any of you again. Mom, goodbye.
Hey, Callista, there's something I want to talk to you about.
What is it? What's wrong, Edric?
Mom wants you to come back home with her after finding out that you got married. She wants to have a conversation again. She realized her mistakes and hopes that you can return to our family. Mom wants you to come home with her. She's realized her mistake about your marriage and hopes you can come back to our family.
That's impossible. Did you forget all the things that happened? Do you remember the mistakes Mom made? Have you forgotten where you came from? Have you forgotten how you caused all those mistakes?
How can you be so selfish and ridiculous? I'm your little brother, and you're responsible for this family. How can you be so selfish and stubborn?
Haha, are you telling a joke? The one who was adopted by our parents is not me. You got to go to college while I had to give up my education to work. Do you remember how much money I gave you so you could continue studying at a prestigious university with exorbitant tuition fees? Everything was thanks to my extra job earnings, but all you did was reach out and ask for every penny from our parents.
So what? I'm their son and your younger brother.
I had to give up my studies to work so I could continue in a famous university with expensive tuition fees. I worked overtime to give you money, but you keep relying on your parents for everything. I won't have any responsibility towards you. You're old enough to take responsibility for yourself.
What? I'm your young brother. Everyone in the family should be responsible for me.
I won't no longer willing to assume responsibility for you. You're old enough to take care of yourself.
Fine, then lend me some money. It's not much compared to your monthly salary.
How much do you need?
Is $20,000 too difficult for you compared to your monthly salary? I need this to pay off a debt. That should be easy for you, right?
LOL, I'm not the family ATM. I have no obligation towards you anymore. I have no responsibility to you at all.
Then what do you do? What are you doing for this family then?
I'm done with this responsibility to you and this family. I'll never contact you or Mom again. Don't try to reach out to me or anyone in the family because I want nothing to do with you. I'll block you if you try to contact me.
What is your role in helping this family?
So what for? Family gives me bad feelings, so I need them to what? I've fulfilled my obligations to you and this family. And I will never contact you or Mom again. Don't try to contact me or anyone in the family because I don't want to have any contact with you all anymore. Don't try to reach out to me because I will block you.
Hey, Callista. Are you crazy? Let's call your mom now.
Callista's mother was utterly taken aback by the whiplash of discovering her estranged kid was rich and prosperous and that she had grandchildren, only to find out that none of them will ever be a part of her life. Edric just got further under Dad and pulled both of them down on him until they had no choice but to force Edric out of their house. Even still, Callista had never thought of assisting any of them, preferring to concentrate on his wonderful life and beloved family from the protection of a whole different nation.
Hello, Jolie. Let's get married.
What are you talking about? What's the deal with the sudden proposal? And over text?
It's only that I understand you're going through a difficult time because your parents have recently died away. I also know you don't have any other family to lean on. This cannot be ignored. That is why, if I marry you, I will be able to assist you both emotionally and financially. Don't you wish you had someone by your side to guide you through this? As a result, we should marry as soon as feasible. We can finish all of the paperwork tonight and marry before the end of the week. My parents already like you and will let us live with them until we have enough money to buy a place of our own. Everything works out in the end.
This is very unexpected. I'm not sure.
You will be with my family and me. You won't be alone.
Thank you very much. I'm overjoyed that you care about me enough to want to assist me.
Then let's marry.
But maybe if we could simply wait a year before getting married, I'd be more at ease. It's just too sudden at the moment. I'm still grappling with the reality that my parents died in the accident, and I'm not in the mood to organize a wedding.
I understand. That makes perfect sense.
I sincerely apologize. I really don't want to be sad throughout our wedding. So much is going on.
It's all right. I understand why you'd want to wait. But do let me know if your thinking changes. Who knows, maybe you'll be up for it in a week or so. My affections for you will never alter, and I am ready to be your husband right now. My family will be delighted to see you, and you are welcome to stay with us so that you are not alone in that large mansion. Alternatively, I could come and stay with you. You must be feeling really lonely. Isn't it true that having me around would make you feel better?
I'm flattered that you think that way about me, but I need some alone time right now. I haven't been able to sleep since I've been thinking about my parents who were killed in the accident. I'd prefer to get some rest right now. I sincerely apologize.
That's perfectly okay. When you're ready, I'll call. I genuinely care about you, Jolie.
Thank you so much for your warm words. I'll contact you once I'm feeling better. Hey. Do you have some free time? I need your help with something.
Hello, Jolie. Yes, I do have time. What's going on? Are you feeling well? I understand you are going through a difficult time right now.
Not really. It's been quite challenging.
I'm not sure I'd be okay either. I don't know what I'd do if my parents died. You're probably lonely as well. If you require anything, I can come over. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me.
Thank you so much, Kate. You're a wonderful companion.
Thanks. In any case, what do you require assistance with?
It's actually about Egan. He unexpectedly proposed to me via text message.
What the heck is going on? By text? In addition, the timing is terrible. What was he thinking? You've barely been dating for 4 months and don't even live together. This is quite strange.
I know. That is why I wanted to discuss it with you. The timing is strange, and who would want to marry and arrange a wedding after their parents were killed in a car accident?
Why would he do that, you could ask? If I were in the relationship, I would consider that a red indicator. I'd wait and watch his actions. This doesn't sit well with me. I'm not certain.
Yes, I understand.
So, how do you feel about it all?
I completely concur with you. I'm also disappointed in how he proposed. Even if the timing wasn't too bad, who proposes by text message? Right now, I'm really annoyed with him. I've previously informed him that I need time to ponder and that I'd like to wait a year before getting married.
Okay, that sounds reasonable. Giving it a year to see how things go with him would be a good idea. If I had a guy who proposed to me at this moment, I would be furious.
Right? I sometimes don't understand how males think. I'm pleased I discussed it with you. I'm relieved to hear that I'm not the only one who thinks Egan is odd. The entire scene was odd. I guess I'll have to wait and see how things go in the coming year. Thank you for speaking with me. It was wonderful to be distracted from things.
Yes, of course. Please keep me updated on how things progress. I'll be available if you need anything.
How are you doing, Jolie? Did you complete the marriage paperwork I sent you? Everything will be official after we submit it.
Yes, I signed everything and it's ready to go.
That's great. I'm overjoyed that this is finally happening.
Yes, I agree.
Oh, and I think it would be best if we shared your parents' house. We can make all the preparations as we go.
Okay, that sounds reasonable.
I'm short on cash right now, so I figured it would be better if I just stayed at your apartment. Furthermore, you have a large sum of money, so we should be fine for a long time.
I see. That makes perfect sense. Good day, Kate. Things are getting worse with Egan. Everything is becoming abundantly evident.
I was right on the mark, wasn't I?
Yes, really.
That guy is just extraordinary. He irritates me to no end. He obviously wants to marry you just for the money you inherited from your parents' debts. He's completely insane. He seems to love and care for you on the outside, but on the inside, he only wants money and security. I'm telling you, he's the worst for taking advantage of you in this way. Don't go through with the marriage. I truly despise him.
Believe me, I've been there. I, too, am sick of him. He can't get enough of talking about marriage and how much money we'll have. Is he thinking I'm a moron?
He's most likely behaving up because he's overjoyed with the money. You did receive a large sum of money from the bequest, but he is unconcerned about your feelings.
This past year, talking to you has literally saved my life. You were always giving me sound advice and knew exactly what to say. I was able to see through his ruse thanks to you. I assured him I did, but I never completed or submitted any marriage documents.
Thanks. And that's a good thing. So, where are you now?
I was out with several pals, but I'm now back at home.
That's fantastic news. I'm delighted you've been going out. I was scared since you were fixated on Egan for a while.
I'm not sure whether I informed you, but I've been staying with ISA. I had to get out of there.
Really? I'm pleased it helps you feel better. You've been through a lot in the last year. Egan is the only thing you have to deal with right now. You'd call it quits with him before things got too bad.
Sure, I will.
You should also ensure that he does not have any sensitive information about you and should block him once you have broken up with him. I feel like he is the type of guy who doesn't handle rejection well. He is also financially motivated and has been waiting a year for this marriage. Please be cautious.
Don't worry, I've got a plan. I'll stay in touch.
Seriously, Jolie? How many days have passed? Shouldn't we have received a call or an email concerning our wedding plans by now? I'm also ready to move in with you. I'm running out of tolerance with you. Haven't I waited long enough? I waited a year for you.
Sorry about that. I have no control over who calls me. I'm sure they're just busy and will contact us shortly. Let us look on the bright side. You had more time to pack everything, so I'm confident you won't forget anything. It's simply that a lot of unanticipated events have occurred recently, and I've been really busy.
How can you be so busy? I'm sure you're just slow. That's what I'm going to call it. I'm constantly waiting for you.
I sincerely apologize. I'll speed things up. Maybe I'm just bad at cleaning and arranging. I wanted everything to be flawless for when you moved in. I was just having some difficulties. I also hired a maid to assist me with the cleaning.
Did it truly take 2 weeks?
It's a large house. I have 6 bedrooms, 2 stories, 4 bathrooms, a 3-car garage, and I am the only one in the house. The structure is essentially a mansion. The maid is essentially required. There was a lot for me to accomplish, and searching through my parents' belongings brought up memories that made me sad. It took some time for me to clean up the house because it was gloomy for me.
Oh, yes. Aren't you grateful to your parents for leaving you such a wonderful house and money? Stop being so pessimistic and focusing on yourself.
What?
You have all the money you could possibly want because they died. Wasn't your father an entrepreneur?
He was, indeed.
He gave you what every woman desires. A large sum of money and a mansion. You have no need to be sad when they have left you with such wonderful gifts. It is unpardonable.
You're absolutely correct. I was able to spend my time in such a lovely home. I also purchased pricey items such as a new vacuum cleaner, a laptop, and a work desk. I can get whatever I want these days. Perhaps I'll get a new car next. I'm still getting paid for my employment in addition to the money they left me. It appears that I shall never run out of funds. I'm prepared for life.
Yes, because you have so much money and spend it recklessly, I'll be in charge of everything. I'm in control of you now that we're officially married and living together.
That does not appear to be fair.
What precisely do you mean? Isn't it natural? Don't worry, I'll provide you with a monthly stipend. You'll still be able to have fun, but with moderation.
That is, however, the money my parents left me as well as the money I earn from my employment.
So what? Is this going to be an issue?
I'm sorry. I see what you're saying. Oh. Kate appears to be messaging me. It appears to be an emergency. I'll contact you again shortly.
Wait. We were having a talk.
I'm sorry, but I have to leave. When I'm finished, I'll send you a message.
Really? What does Kate matter? I never liked you hanging out with her. Do you believe I'm unaware of what's going on? You've been putting it off ever since we got serious about marriage and moving in together. Please don't make me wait any longer.
Kate. The realtor arrived today, and I finally got to see my parents' house. I'm finally moving across the state.
That's fantastic. Congratulations. Did Egan have any suspicions?
No, he sensed something, but I don't think he understands what's going on. Everything appears to be in order. He probably believes I'm dragging out the marriage process to keep him waiting. I can't believe I sold the house in 2 weeks. It's so difficult to keep everything in and play along with Egan.
That is just ridiculous. You're going to feel fantastic when you get out of that place and finally get rid of Egan. He's such an annoyance.
I know. I'm leaving tomorrow.
Are you staying with ISA again tonight?
Yep. Everything is packed and ready to travel.
I'm overjoyed for you. I wish you a safe journey. I'm going to miss you, but I'll see you soon. Please let me know if you require any assistance tomorrow.
I will. I'm going to miss you as well. Thank you very much.
What the hell is going on? Is this some kind of idiot prank? Jolie, you had better respond quickly away. What exactly does this mean? Please explain.
What does it mean?
This morning, I drove over to your place and it was completely vacant. I couldn't get in since the door was locked. Not only that, but I noticed a sold sign in the front yard.
Oh, I neglected to mention that I sold the house.
What in the world are you doing? This can't be a joke. I'm not in the mood for gaming right now. Where have you gone?
Living alone in such a large house made me feel lonely and melancholy. After my parents died, I didn't like living there. There are simply too many memories to let go of in order to go forward. I decided to sell the house and go to a new location far away from you.
You're leaving? Are you mad?
I left this morning.
What exactly are you talking about? What about our collective plans to move in together? We've been married for a while and are meant to be living together by now.
I had a change of heart. I do not wish to marry you. I also do not want you near my money. That's what my folks left for me. Monthly allowance? What a farce.
You have no knowledge. We've already gotten married. You're such a moron. You legally declared that we are married by submitting the marriage paperwork. You complied with my request, thus it is already said and done. You can't escape me. I've waited far too long for this.
You've recently shown your actual nature to me. The way you've treated me over the last year tells me all I need to know about you.
Hey, be cautious what you say to me. We're already married, and your money is in my possession. So please grant me access to your bank account. From now on, I'll be in control of it. This includes your earnings from job.
That's correct. We're not married.
Oh my goodness, how could that be? You've already turned in the paperwork. It is already too late.
However, I did not.
What?
Yes, I deceived you. I never submitted or completed them in the first place. It ended up in the garbage.
You know what I mean? But why is that? Didn't you care about me?
No, I didn't. And what exactly do you mean by why? Your personality and behavior literally offend me.
Keep your mouth shut.
Did you honestly believe I'd hand up all the money my parents left me to someone like you?
You were supposed to like me. I spent an entire year with you.
I did love you at first, but my friend was able to wake me awake. Then I wondered why I was even dating garbage like you. From the outset, it was all about my money and house. I decided to play along in order to exact my vengeance.
Wait a minute. You knew all along?
Almost completely. For almost 2 months, I liked you. My sentiments for you dissipated swiftly after I discovered what you were up to. I, like my father, know how to make sound financial judgments. You would have enraged my parents. They'd never have allowed me to date you in the first place.
Why would they dislike me?
I'm sure anyone could easily dislike you. You're an egotistical jerk. Now I've got a pile of cash all to myself, and none of it is for you.
You can't talk to me like this. Who do you think you are?
I can communicate with you in whatever way I desire. My mother also taught me that family and connections are more important than money. She also taught me how to identify toxic people in my life and how to advocate for myself. As a result, I got rid of you. I'm smart and capable of living on my own because of them. I don't need you to tell me what to do or manage my money.
You've got to be kidding me. You planned it all along? You squandered a year of my life. It's incredible. What do I have to show for a year? Nothing.
You made use of me as well. Allow me to teach you anything. If you really wanted to be clever and manipulate me, you shouldn't have said you wanted to marry after my parents died and then treated me like crap for a year. What kind of moron are you? You can't even beat yourself.
It's called help. I was there for you at your moment of need.
You creep, I'd rather drown than have that kind of support. Instead of pursuing people for their money, Perhaps you might begin to be a better person. Just consider your current situation. You don't even own a home and are still dependent on your parents. Isn't it a little late for you to be doing that? Instead of pursuing women for money, get a job and live a normal life.
You have no right to say such a thing to me.
In any case, you'll never be my husband, you'll just be a waste of my time. I can't believe I put up with you for so long, but it was totally worth it. You will never be in my life.
Could you please transfer me a little portion of the funds? I've been waiting for this for a long time.
What is the point?
You must have made a fortune after selling the house. Can you spare some for me? A few $1,000s should hardly make a dent on your bank account.
But why is that?
Because you have a lot of money.
I'm not sure what response you're expecting from me.
No, I only want a smidgen of that.
Goodbye.
Egan was unable to contact Jolie or discover where she had relocated. He ended up gambling all of his remaining money and pestering his parents for more money until they too became wise and stopped providing him money. They decided to force him out, and he temporarily moved in with his brother. After nearly 2 months of putting up with Egan, his brother also kicked him out. Egan became destitute and began begging on the streets for money. He spent any money he had on gaming or drink. Meanwhile, Jolie relocated to Washington and purchased a lovely townhouse. She is content with her new routine and has enough of money left over. She misses her parents on sometimes, but she embraces the life they provided her and intends to live it to the utmost.